and welcome to Drafting with Jamie Rigatti for SeemsGoodMagic.com. Let's see here. We are doing a friendly draft league for Kaladesh today. This is a pretty strong pack. Harness Lightning, Servant, Architect is pretty strong in the right deck. I'm not super high on this card because it takes a long time for it to start doing the good things. So, but it's pretty strong. And if this came like 5th or 6th pick and I was in green, I'd be willing to take it, but not a first pick for me. I think it's going to be Harness Lightning. Servant is very strong though, and so if the Harness Lightning wasn't here, I would take the Servant. Yeah. There's nothing really else of note, so let's go ahead and take the removal. Servant is quite good though, so I wouldn't really fault somebody for taking that. Ramp is pretty real. And lets you splash. It's all good, but Harness Lightning's really strong. So I'm happy with it. And taking a red card makes me happy, because red makes me happy. I don't know if you guys know this, but red is my favorite color in Magic. What? Who passes a Fumigate? Okay. Wow. I wonder what they took over it. That's interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Fumigate, but I'm like very curious as to what they took out of this pack. I guess maybe something that was foil? I don't know. That's really strange. If that wasn't here, I would probably take the Tidy. I'm a big fan of Rakdos, and Tidy's pretty solid removal. But yeah, Fumigate's real solid removal, so we'll go ahead and take that. Okay. Now, we're not tied to either one of these colors, just remember that. Remember that. Because now, like, I'm definitely not taking Giant Spectacle, and Ibex is not very thrilling either, so I'm not really going to take that. I think what we should take here is either Thriving Rhino or Dund. And I feel like I've had to make this choice before. Young is pretty okay too, but I don't think it's necessarily better than Dund or Rhino. It's kind of awkward. If you have a lot of energy, it can be really, really, really strong. If you don't have any, it's like, it's fine. But I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Dund here. We'll see what we end up in. Because it's not really looking like red's open. Harness Lightning is splashable. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Bruiser is a pretty good follow-up to Dund, but here's also a Tidy conclusion, which I think is going to be my pick here. What else is in this pack that we would even want? Mastodon's okay. Eager Construct's okay. But yeah, let's go ahead and take the Tidy. I think black is like open. But now it all dries up. This is just a bad pack, I think. So Serpent is probably the strongest card. But we're already working with 3 different colors here, so I don't think that's what I'm going to take. Granted, once again, Harness Lightning is still splashable, right? Fumigate, not so much. But there's really nothing in this pack, right? Like, almost literal nothing. Like, Ninth Bridge Patrol is okay. Briar Bridge Patrol, wow, blast from the past. No. Let's take the Serpent, I guess. That just seems like a signal. It's a pretty strong card. It just could have been a bad pack, though. Fateful Showdown. My husband really likes this card, so if he were here, I'd be like, take that. But I find it to be hit or miss. And I like my cards to be hit. Now, granted, it has a really high upside. I get that. If you have a bunch of lands in your hand and you just get to switch them out and have it as a removal, that's pretty good. But I think what I'm looking for here is not so much that. Inventor's Apprentice is okay. I think I'm just going to take the Gremlins. We could end up being Rakdos. There's a good bit of artifacts in red-black, so that's probably fine. Gremlins number 2, and then we really just have to prioritize artifacts? That's probably okay. Now, Sky Skiff could be a pick here, too. I don't think we're moving into blue anymore. It is an artifact for the Dund. It's decent. It's decent. But I think I like Gremlins. I think Gremlins has just like a really high upside. So let's see if we can make that work. Another Serpent. Wow. People hate Serpents today. But I think we're kind of moving into red-black here. So let's... 3 Salivating gremlins. Okay, so now we're just like prioritizing artifacts for sure. Spark is okay. This has risen in my book. I don't think white has been open. So I think we're red-black now. Spectacle is sort of playable. Maybe if somebody's not playing a lot of removal. But turtle, I'm going to take the turtle, because if we have to end up in blue, the turtle is just a much more playable card. We'll see. None of the above, right? All right, I guess we don't know we're black yet either. We could be red-white. So let me pull this Fumigate over. We'll see how this next pack goes. We're not necessarily black at this point. We could still be white. Because this is really strong. It's stronger than Tidy and Done, probably. So we'll see what's open. Well, okay. So Servo Exhibition is nice with the gremlins. So I think I am going to go ahead and take that. What else is here for us? Kumbal is pretty strong, but I don't really feel like I want to be splashing for that because we're not green. So this is going to be a tough splash unless we can get like a Prism or a dual land. Foundry Inspector is okay, but we have nothing that we're looking to make cheaper. I'm not up on the barge, and people really like this card. It draws you a card. It's okay. It's not the vehicle I want in my life. I'm going to take the Servo Exhibition, and maybe we can be red-white at this point. Yeah, let's be red-white. Okay. So there's another Gremlins. Oh, gosh. Okay, so the good news is we're going to wheel something from this pack, but this pack is great for us. So there's a Dragster, there's a Build-A-Smash, there's a Puzzle Nut, and there's another Gremlins. Now I'm going to leave the Gremlins here, right? Because I think 3 is probably enough. So the pick here is either Puzzle Nut, which makes our Gremlins like really good, or Dragster is very strong as well. So I'm hoping we wheel this. I'm going to take the Dragster. My decision there was based on the fact that this is an uncommon and it's very strong. So I'm hoping that we'll wheel some Puzzle Nuts at some point. Like, this is never wheeling. That's why I did that. Genius looks okay, right? Let's see, what else is here? So it's not like we're getting amazing black cards. Enthusiast is pretty good, but I think Genius is better. Wow. That is a really late Harness Lightning. That's kind of insane. All right. I mean, I guess red is pretty open. So, Glint Sleeve or Infiltrator? That's sort of a tough choice because we actually don't know that we're white yet, per se. But Glint Sleeve is pretty strong with the Fabricate for the Genius, for the Gremlins. Like, that's fine. Infiltrator's pretty good, though, too. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Artisan and sort of like commit us to white here. Gremlins number 4. Wow. I mean, we don't have enough artifacts for that to be really exciting. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Construct because we really need some 2-drop creatures, and it's not a bad one. It's not. It's an artifact. Yeah, this deck's all right. It's working out. I cannot believe we got past a Fumigate. Like, that's kind of unreal. But I'll take it. I just still remember we did like a draft at our house and we had like some friends over and we were like doing a draft, like hanging out. And this was for Eldritch Moon, right? No, it was Triple Shadows. It was Triple Shadows. So I had never opened the Descend Upon the Sinful before. And I was like, guys, is this a good card? And they're like, yeah, Wrath is a good card. So I learned my lesson. That was a while ago. It's okay. We all learn. Like, is this good? Okay, Inspire Charge, for sure. We're still looking for little dupes, but I think we're going to get some at some point. The last draft I did not pick this highly enough, and I didn't get them back, which was very surprising, because this only goes in one deck, really. It doesn't go in every white deck, for sure. Artist is pretty decent, too, but I think I do want the Inspire Charge. Okay, Fragmentize is a pretty good pickup for us here. Fireweaver would be okay, but we're not quite there yet with the numbers I like to have for that card. I want to have like 8+ artifacts to be running the Fireweaver. Ibex is okay, but I really don't want to run it in this deck if we have to. What? Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Built to Smash here because it's just a really strong trick, especially with the gremlins if they get trample. It's just, I mean, yeah, this would give trample to an artifact. I get that, but so that on a dragster is pretty strong. I guess I'll take a reunion. I don't think I'm gonna play it. Infiltrator wields. That's nice. I don't know. Maybe if we open a Gear Hulk or something, we'll want to play the stash. So red was definitely open. Red was the right color for us because that Harness Lightning was, what, like a fifth pick? That's kind of insane. That's very splashable, so that's crazy. And then somebody passing a Fumigate is crazy too. But who knows? Maybe they took like a foil Chandra over it? Maybe they're, I don't know. I'm not good at telling what's missing from packs. I'm just kind of floored that somebody would pass this card. It's a really nice failsafe. It's fine in this deck. I mean, I get that we're like creature heavy, right? So we probably don't want to blow up our own creatures, but at the same time, if we're already winning, we don't have to cast a Fumigate. But if we're behind, this card's great. So it's a failsafe for us. That's how I feel about that. Okay, so what I'm looking for now is white puzzle knots, for sure. Like, I'm going to take them very, very highly for our gremlins. Panharmonicon. Oh, now that's interesting. Is that even worth it? If an artifact or creature entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent. Okay, so that goes with the gremlins, right? So these would double? Oh my god, I'm so tempted. I am so tempted. Oh, I'm tempted. Like, that would... That's like a win more card, though. It really is. Like, we could probably take Artisan and be happy, or take a Construct and be happy. Oh, but I want to try it. Let's take it. Okay, Freighter is good. Freighter's really good. So I'm happy to take that. Oh man, a Motorist? Where are puzzle knots? Come on! Motorist is good for us, though. This is a great 2-drop. So, like, this is sick nasty with puzzle knots and Fire Weavers. Oh my gosh. Okay, mechanic. Do I want a mechanic? Is there anything I'm looking to bounce? Not really. Not really. I think I'd honestly rather just have a construct because it's an artifact for all this stuff that we want artifacts for. It's just fine. Pyro Helix is okay too. And Sky Skiff is... I don't want a second one though. I think I just want the construct. We need creatures. I need creatures to be able to crew my freighter as well. Okay, Artisan's pretty great. As much as I love Virtuoso, I'm going to leave that there. We're not like an energy deck. Artisan's good. Brazen Scourge. Another Inspired Charge. I think we just want the Scourge here. Panharmonicon was probably wrong, but I had visions. Artisan's fine. It's better than fine. It's great. Okay, Ibex is out. It's the sore thumb in this deck. Grubs is a pretty good 2-drop. I don't really want a second Sky Skiff. Alright. So, cuts. Oh gosh. I am so sad we didn't get a white puzzle knot. I'm wondering what I took over it before. It must have been something good, because we weren't quite on that Gremlins plan at the time. I really thought it was going to wheel too. Sigh. Alright, so I think this... I mean, Skiff is really easy to crew for us. I'm not sure if that has a place or not. Spark is probably out. I do like Spark a good bit. It's not terrible. It's really risen in my book, and I think Fragmentize is probably out until we see targets for it, and then this is probably the deck so far. It's pretty good. Motorist with the Skiff is fine, and Freighter and Dragster. It's looking alright. I like red-white a lot. This is sort of a wild card, but I'm having visions of all this fun stuff with the gremlins. Um, so Trusty Companion Crew's just fine. I don't like Doorbuster. I feel like it's very expensive for what it does. So I'll leave that there. Panharmonicon. Oh, with all these artisans and the gremlins. Okay, I think this still could actually be really good. Ugh, I'm so sad about not having white puzzle nuts, though. But I actually think this has a place. Ooh, Inspired Charge number 2 or Inventor's Apprentice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ways to make artifacts, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I think I like that over a second Inspired Charge. I don't actually know if we play this or not. I sort of like it better than Companion, actually. Companion I find to be a little bit mediocre, but let's see, maybe... Genius looks good, though. This is going to be tough. I'm actually considering cutting Fumigate, which is insane. All right, Hawk is nice to hop the freighter. Mechanic. Do we want to return anything to our hand with Mechanic? I don't think so. Spontaneous Artist is fine, but I really want to keep this curve low, so I think it's the Hawk here. Okay. I mean, this deck is looking pretty solid. I think we're going to do pretty well with it. I'm just very, very sad I didn't take the white puzzle knot whenever I had a chance. Because that would have been sick, nasty. But that's okay. So I'm going to do... Our curve is really good. Like, really good. Like, we're going to run him over for sure. I actually don't even know if we need an Inspired Charge because we don't have that many little dudes, do we? Fumigate is so strong, but I think they should be dead by then. I don't know if we actually need this. Since we're so creature heavy, like... I know that's, like, insane. Like, I feel really weird cutting that, but I don't think we need it for this deck. I don't even know if we need Inspired Charge, honestly. Am I insane? I feel like I'm being insane. I'm going to do 16 lands. So let's go 9-8. I mean 9-7. I'm wondering if this Panharmonicon is going to like pan out well. Yeah, I definitely think we can do 16 because we only have 2 4-drops. That's fine. Honestly, this looks really solid to me. I don't know if I can make room for Inspired Charge. We can try. You know what? I actually don't really like Companion. Let's bring this in. This can be a nice finisher. I think Companion is like awkward. It crews just fine. A 3/2 is okay. We are pretty much going to be attacking all the time though, so that's actually not terrible. Maybe it's the Apprentice. A 2/3 for 1 is like it's not that exciting. I don't know. This card's fine. A 3/2 for a 2 is fine, but we're gonna. It's just awkward because it can't attack alone. But like honestly, like we're just gonna be turning creatures sideways this whole game. So I think this is okay. I feel really crazy not playing this card, but I don't know how to make room for it because I really want all my creatures. I want my my vehicles because the motorist and they're just good vehicles. The only one that I don't really like is Skyskiff. But with the gremlins, it's like fine. Huh. Is it Panharmonicon? It could be. But with 3 artisans, like making double servos and then having 3 gremlins, ugh. I'm tempted. I am tempted. So, I mean, maybe I'm supposed to cut Panharmonicon and put in Fumigate. But I want to see how this plays out. I'm just honestly very curious. I think it could be good. So I'm gonna give it a go. Wait, how many into the battlefield things do we have? I mean, we get more energy for Hawk, right? So that's a thing. Get more energy for Grubs, that's a thing. We get to double scry with Motorist, so that's 3. Get to double scry with the constructs for 5 benefits. 6, 7, 8. Some benefits for the genius, so 9. 10, 11, 12 benefits. Yeah, I think it's worth it. It's worth it. Let's just give it a go. Okay, cool. I'm pretty excited about this deck. It looks nice and smashy. And the only thing it's missing is those dang puzzle knots. I'm so sad that we didn't get the white puzzle knots, but it's okay. It is what it is. It's not bad. We have some good sideboard options. If somebody is going to overrun us, we can bring in the Fumigate, take out probably the Panharmonicon, but I'm very curious. I think this is going to be good. We have a Spark that we could sideboard in. That's pretty much it. So, all right, cool. Thank you for watching, and we'll see how this plays out. See you in a little bit.